Hunting is often seen as a peaceful escape into nature, a chance to disconnect from civilization and reconnect with the wild. But sometimes, the wilderness reveals something far more unsettling than any animal, and when these moments are caught on camera, they leave behind questions that may never be answered. This video covers several disturbing hunting encounters, each one recorded in real time, showing how quickly a routine hunt can turn into a nightmare. In October 2021, a solo bow hunter named Aaron was hunting elk deep in the mountains of Colorado. He had been filming the trip for his small YouTube channel, mostly to document tracking techniques and gear setups. Everything about the hunt was normal until just after sunset. While sitting quietly behind a fallen tree, Aaron picked up a strange noise on his microphone. At first, it sounded like wind echoing through the valley, but within seconds, the sound changed into something far more distinct. It was a low, drawn-out scream. What immediately stood out was how human it sounded. Aaron whispered to the camera, clearly confused, trying to convince himself it might be an animal. But the scream came again, closer this time, and it was followed by what sounded like crying. The noise continued for nearly 10 minutes, moving around his position as if circling him. At one point, Aaron quietly packed his gear and began backing away, only to freeze when the screaming abruptly stopped. The silence that followed was almost worse. His camera captured nearly 5 full minutes of complete quiet before he finally ran downhill toward his truck. He never returned to that area, and no missing person reports were ever linked to the incident. Another disturbing encounter happened in November 2019 and was captured by a pair of hunters in rural Pennsylvania. The two men were rifle hunting deer on private land early in the morning when they noticed movement far beyond their shooting range. Zooming in with their camera, they realized it wasn't an animal. It was a man. The figure appeared to be crouching behind trees, watching them. Every time the hunters moved, the man repositioned himself. At first, they assumed he was another hunter who got lost. But that theory fell apart when the man raised what looked like a handgun and aimed it directly in their direction. The hunters immediately dropped low and began retreating while filming. One of them can be heard whispering that they never heard a shot, but they could see the man tracking their movement through the scope. They escaped unharmed and reported the incident. Authorities searched the area but never found anyone. The footage remains one of the most unsettling examples of human threat in the woods, because unlike animals, people have intentions. In December 2020, a waterfowl hunter named Lucas experienced something far more subtle but equally terrifying. He was hunting alone near a frozen marsh in Minnesota, recording a calm morning setup. About 20 minutes into the video, viewers later noticed something Lucas didn't see at the time. In the background, between tall reeds, a pair of legs briefly appeared, standing completely still. Lucas continued hunting, unaware. Over the next several minutes, the legs appeared twice more, each time slightly closer. There were no footsteps, no sounds, no verbal contact. Eventually, Lucas heard a branch snap directly behind him. When he turned the camera, no one was there. He packed up and left immediately. When reviewing the footage later, he realized someone had been silently watching him for at least 15 minutes. No explanation was ever found. One of the most intense hunting encounters occurred in Alaska in 2018. A group of 3 hunters were tracking moose when they stumbled across a freshly abandoned campsite, deep in restricted land. The fire was still warm, food was laid out, and most disturbing of all, there were multiple rifles stacked neatly against a tree. As they filmed the scene, a loud gunshot rang out from nearby, followed by shouting. The hunters immediately dropped to the ground, unsure if they had been seen. The camera captured panicked breathing as another shot echoed, much closer this time. They abandoned their gear and ran for nearly 2 miles before stopping. Authorities later confirmed illegal hunting activity in the area, but no arrests were made. These encounters highlight a terrifying truth. The most dangerous thing you can encounter while hunting isn't always wildlife. Sometimes it's another human being. Unpredictable, armed and hidden, and while these moments were captured on camera, many others weren't. The wilderness keeps its secrets well, because out there, far from help, with no witnesses, not everything wants to be found.